Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and Dungeon Master for tonight's episode of Bar20, a player-hater gaming production where myself and some friends come together over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons & Dragons. And before we get started, I have a couple of quick announcements to make, and since I can't speak tonight apparently, I'm not going to do the announcements because I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to go ahead and pull my party over here, my table, get them loaded up, and I'm going to make other people do the work for me. Oh, hi everybody!
Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are all of you doing?
Look at this lazy CEO over here just shoveling the
Right?
I'm leaving. Oh wait, I got a chain on my leg. That's right. Okay.
So
Many of you, I want to take a quick moment to give a huge shout out to literally every member of my table, because without these fantastic people, this could not exist. So I'm going to go around the table and literally just say thank you to all of them. So Tasha, I played with you in another game for a short time. I've had the pleasure of being your DM. You make fantastic characters. Thank you for bringing your crazy but amazing ingenious ideas to the table. I thank you.
Tasha.
Just wait till Friday for that. Wait
I
till
know.
Friday for that.
My gosh. We will announce why here in a moment later. There's still something. Why is there a towel behind me? Get out of here. Okay, moving on.
Because you have to dry your hair after a shower.
Shush. Yes, all this hair. All of it's got to get dry. Cathalia, also Annie, I've known you for a very long time now. I've had the pleasure of being your DM twice now. You always make very fun characters, and you bring a lot of, I don't know if you realize it, but you bring a lot of fun and just different angles of ideas to the table. So thank you for being a part of this fantastic project.
Thank you for having me. Like, legit.
I'm gonna
Kelly, I haven't known you as long, but I have sat beside you on a virtual tabletop, and I had a ton of fun there, so I'm glad that the whole table was on board with bringing you onto this and being a fantastic barbarian. Even for being, as you think, new player, you're fantastic, and you're what I would have aspired to be if I was a new player. Just bar in, just go at it, because I was rather timid, believe it or not. My first couple D&D games, I was very like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just lucky to be here. So yeah.
Joe, I've known you for a hot minute outside the virtual tabletop world. I've sat at your table on Monday nights for the in-person game. I do my best to constantly make you go, damn it, Brandon, why? Damn it, why? Why did I allow you at this table? But I have a ton of fun, and thank you for being a part of this project too.
Of course, buddy. Joe.
Rick, known you for a hot minute as well. I've been your DM before. I believe I've sat beside you as a player in maybe a one-shot here and there. Also Monday night for a short period of time.
And Andy's.
Andy's. Yeah. Tons of fun to have you here, and just thank you for being a player at this table. You definitely bring a lot of interesting approaches to ideas.
Rick. I'm just thinking about extra right
Mr.
now.
Knighted Bishop. I left you last because I've known you the shortest, and also it ties into the announcement I'm going to make. I don't know how our friendship has grown quickly as it has, in the professional level it has, but it certainly has. I'm very happy to have you here at this table for this kind of a longer term guest spot. I'm very proud to have you here. I look forward to sitting at your Friday night table, which will be launching this Friday around the 6:30 to 6:45 Central Standard Time slot right here on the Player Hater Gaming channel. So if you've enjoyed watching me be a DM, Mr. Knighted Bishop, he brings a different approach and a different viewpoint, and it's fantastic to always either sit at different tables or listen to different tables. It's always good if you're wanting to be a DM or even just be a player. It's great to listen to as many people as you can. Always just take the time to listen to a DM of different styles that you're not used to, things you may not think of. So thank you for graciously being a part of this project and coming on as a DM here at Player Hater Gaming. Very glad to have you here.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
For all of my amazing social media announcements, I will defer everything to my social media team. That is Annie and Kelly. These two literally work nonstop around the clock because that is my old man moment, is social media. I can't do it. I can't grasp it. I'm like, oh. So these two, I have their crutches. I have Andy under one shoulder, and I got Kelly under the other, and they're my crutches getting me through social media.
Tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
What amazing announcements do you have for us tonight?
Go ahead, Kelly.
Ultimately, just talking about joining our platforms, our many, many, many different platforms, because soon we will be having an AMA. So a lot of places, like our platforms, is where you can ask the questions that you want to know about our characters and what the heck is going on. Because I know I'm going to be asking what the heck is going on. I'm playing in it. I don't know what's going on, okay? But yeah, like we are currently don't have all the details on it, but apparently
I will say, if I could cut in real quick, I was looking at the calendar.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 50th episode is going to be late March or super early April. So right around that 50th episode mark, once the 50th episode concludes, the very next week will be the AMA stream where we will take their questions. I'll let them carry on with that. I'm not going to take their thunder.
No, at least we got a date. That's because it's like we can talk about it, but we don't have a date. So yeah, you can ask all the questions on our many different social media platforms. We are, again, apparently having a giveaway. Brandon has not told us the number, but he
if
has
we
a number in mind.
reach, where are we at? Are we like 130 followers?
Yes.
All right, if we hit 200 by the time it goes out, I will be giving away I'll begin by teasing out the giveaways. It's going to be one large bundle, essentially. And the first one that I'll release, so everybody knows, will be a Dungeon Master's Guide signed by the party. Sans Bishop, I might be able to get to him in time and back, but the core members will be signed by all of us.
Yeah, and ultimately, just Andy will give you a list of our platforms and everything, but if you were following our platforms, you would have saw something very special happen on Monday.
Oh, God.
A Mr. Brandon was born that day. So
leveled up.
Yay! So we decided today we'd also give him a nice birthday shout out since we're mean. So yeah, here
Thanks.
on tonight. You're welcome. All right, now Andy, take the platforms away.
So we have a shit ton of social media stuff.
I love how she said it when she was over. I was like, how do we do this?
We have a Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter. All of our party members have Twitters as their characters, and it's been pretty fun. We have our Discord, Instagram, and we also have a TikTok, which I'm sorry I've been slacking on posting videos, but I've been working and not wrecking during a snowstorm.
How dare you have an actual job outside of streaming?
I know.
Oh, we're gonna have this conversation again. Okay.
No, we're not having
Pay
this
my
conversation
bills,
again.
Brandon.
I'm just messing around.
Yep.
Pay my bills.
I'm going to drop the socials in chat for everybody in case you need them. If you're watching us on mobile or a tablet, perhaps. If you're catching this later on, perhaps on our YouTube channel or our Facebook rebroadcast, you can catch all of these links on those descriptors with the Facebook rebroadcast or in the YouTube description. I will be making sure they are also there as well.
I think that's it. Right?
Is that it?
Am I missing something?
I mean, other than checking out United Bishop and Need on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
We also
They
have
also
them
have
as well.
Facebook.
Please go give some love to our fellow partners. They do some fun, hilarious work that definitely brings me to a roaring laughter, and you'll know it because it will be unstoppable and hyena laugh. It is unmistakable. I embrace this fact.
Nope, go ahead.
I embrace this. I know I have a hyena laugh that's also rather infectious.
That's also when we know that we've won.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have to
I
take
look
a
forward
break
to it.
because of you people, that's why.
You're welcome.
And people say you can't win D&D.
Yeah,
You can.
That's how you win.
Closing
Also,
announcements, I will
or-
say.
We have fan art.
Hang on.
Yes.
We have fan art. That's right.
Yes,
you can
we
go
do.
to our Discord. We have a PhD Art Institute that are fantastic artists who did all of our character art so far, all of our emojis so far. Miss Jade, check her out. We will have links to her in the Discord with her post of the fan art she makes. So go give her some love. Follow her. She's amazing. And aside from that, we do have merch we've launched. It's ready to go.
Yep.
You can check it out. I'll have that link in the chat as well.
Just know we will never say no to fan art. You want to give us fan art,
Never.
we'll take it.
You want to throw out fan art? You are more than welcome to.
That was incredible.
That was
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I can't wait to see Isa. I'm so excited.
No.
Can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Hang on.
Well, I think that's
Unless
all the
there's
announcements.
something else you want
We
to
got one more thing.
We got one more.
Yeah.
What am I
do
forgetting?
we?
'Cause I'm an awful person.
You're forgetting that this Sunday night, everybody's going to turn off their lights because we're having a Sunday after dark chill stream.
A Sunday after dark chill stream.
Yay!
I will go ahead and put this out there now that this Sunday after dark chill stream is named as such, and as with all of our streams, they are strongly suggested to be 18 plus.
Yes. It will only be
Strongly
18 plus.
Suggested. So if you need some good laughs and watching this man, he's over there on the screen for you guys. Watching him
right across
probably
there.
rage out on some games. I don't know what his plan is just yet, but I'm looking forward to sitting in chat and having a ton of fun that night.
We can say what it is.
All right, what is it?
We're playing Humans Fall Flat. It's going to be me, Needham. We're getting.
How many
I'm
players
bringing
can we
the
have?
coalition with me,
Oh my God.
How many
and
players can we have?
I don't know.
What is it?
I'm gonna
That
find
was
out.
a beautiful game
You'll
to
find
watch.
out. Trust
But
me.
it
If you don't
was
know what it
so
is,
better.
you're gonna
It was-
find out Sunday. What time is it gonna
was
be?
better
Awesome.
with Rick watching it.
It's gonna be at night.
Well, yes, at night. Do you have a
Wow.
time?
It will probably be at the 7 o'clock Eastern time frame.
Okay.
We'll be starting and then going until I decide that the stream will end.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to be a part of that, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Aside from that, I believe we've hit all of our announcements. I've taken up
You
enough of your
missed
time.
one thing
Oh,
that I
shoot.
discovered on my own.
Go ahead.
That awesome new thing with your channel points that you can do.
He's pulling a U.
Or you can unlock a random emote on Twitch.
That's right.
Yes.
Because I totally did it and I happened to get my favorite emoji.
Which ones you get? Oh, of course.
Mine.
Yeah. I was like,
That's right. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh.
Real quick
It's
before
my
we-
favorite.
I know y'all are tired of listening to us talk and not play D&D, but real quick, the channel points will be having a better purpose here shortly, mostly used for probably monthly raffles. So this way everybody gets a chance to get something. And we'll probably do something very easy, very fun, very useful. I'm thinking metal dice is one thing that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do every couple of months, we'll have like a 3-month raffle, and we'll do some really good merch. Maybe like a heavy hoodie or a shirt or a bag. We'll see. But that's definitely coming soon, so look out for that. Unlocked a Geek skin.
I want that.
Oh, it's mine.
Aw.
All right.
Hey, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
There is more than one way, and that's wrong.
Rude.
Oh my
Let me
God.
think here. Now that's all the announcements.
Yes.
So let's get into tonight's episode of the Wildcards campaign. When we last left off, we saw the Wildcards enjoying a night of information gathering, a night of mostly waiting, and an intense, probably 1.5, 2-minute fight between the Wildcards' own Pyre, the Fire Genasi Barbarian, and other class to yet be discovered, and a rather large Goliath barbarian with a bit of training to his fist. A little bit of solid rolls, very lucky on them, hiding a little bit of arcane influence for Miss Pyre to keep her alive a little longer, or keep her conscious in a fight longer. she was able to narrowly lose. It was close, y'all. It was close. After the fight, the barbarian Goliath seemed to lose control for a minute and just kept wailing on Pyre. Isa and the rest of the party having to intervene, a bit of a situation breaking out amongst the party and the patrons. Quickly resolved once the Goliath was brought back to his senses, ashamed. Knowing Isa from a previous contract, Compassion left the ring, grabbed his gold, and went to leave, stopped only by Pyre's voice and a strong sense of conviction within it. They shared some words, arranged a contact time, and split their ways. We pick up shortly after with the party, I believe, about to bed down or just about to wake up. I cannot exactly recall.
Okay.
So that's the funny thing.
None of us are going to sleep, apparently.
That's right. You had
Well, Fire
moved
can do whatever.
back to
Talia
your...
is throwing a little tantrum and gone and sat down in the corner.
You went back to the tavern
Fire's waiting.
Yeah.
to where there was a discussion had outside because you were trailed.
Isa double booked.
That's right. You were trailed back. Tam and Snow, through some ingenious use of Snow's druid abilities to cast Pass Without a Trace, they were able to attempt to trade on this person, unsure if they were caught or maybe they were just trailing someone who was extremely paranoid. They did lose them somewhere in the back alley streets, not to be seen again. Eventually catching up with their party just as a conversation was wrapping up with Cathalia and Isa before everybody began to head inside. Isa, I believe you had slipped behind the bar quickly, the sleeping bartender with his towel of ever motion. You grabbed a little bit of tea and headed upstairs.
Yep.
Before we get to that, what is everybody else doing?
I headed to the same room that Cathalia is in, that big room, the flat room that I tranced at in the night before.
Okay. Cathalia, did you lock the door?
No, I did not.
Okay. Pyre?
I'm sitting in the corner, awkwardly and anxiously braiding my hair.
Okay.
Pyre's hanging out in the room waiting.
Okay. Snow?
Weren't you in front of our door?
You had gone to go rest because you had taken a beating from that
Yeah,
Goliath,
yeah.
and Snow was
And you had
keeping
posted
guard
up in the
outside your
hallway, if
door.
I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Kelvin
was
had given
there.
her warm milk and cold soup.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Absolutely. Just checking some other notes I've made here.
Snow is just
He's
Lame.
lying. It's an empty page.
wow. Okay.
No.
Snow is lying in front
Snow
of Fire's door, just keeping
had-
an eye out.
Posted up outside, that's right. I take notes. Screw you guys.
I have faith in you, Brandon.
This is also another thing we're crutches on.
Okay. With everybody in their place, let's, before we get to the big one, I believe it's going to be the big one, let's go to Cathalia and Tamriel. Snow, you're vigilantly posted outside. You see Tam kind of just Tamriel, Cathalia, the table is yours.
I'm going to go and sit in the corner with Cathalia while we wait for Isa.
Okay.
And after she had told me what had happened before I showed up, I'm just going to kind of put my arm around her and kind of pull her closer. It's kind of like a comfort thing.
Okay. Cathalia, as you're there, just doing your, not even realize really what you're doing probably. It's just, it is your therapy methods that you cycle through when you need to begin to make sense of a lot of things happening at once. It's almost how your mental processes work, I would guess, that you take in your mind one strand and you deal with it, and then the other, and another. And that's what I imagine is how Cathalia kind of picks apart her days.
Yeah. I won't really acknowledge Tam until he sits down. And then she just kind of like leans into him.
Okay.
But still doesn't talk. Still does the stuff.
I'll say probably the only thing that I'll actually say out loud is we'll deal with this together. It's curses are a pain in the ass, but I've never seen ones that aren't broken. We'll figure it out.
All right.
What's it gonna take to break this?
Serious magic, but not unattainable magic. Hell, if Hagborn weren't at least partially Fey, I'd say we could reach out to your Fey friends to see if they'd be willing to help kind of hide us a little bit, but considering she's already a part of the Feywild, it probably won't help. But I don't know. After all of this, maybe I should talk to her sister again. If we ever end up back up in Rytool.
Yeah.
Okay. As you two wait for anyone else to come to the room, I say you begin to head up the stairs with your tea ingredients in hand.
All right. Isa's gonna stop on the platform and look at Snow and just thank you. I haven't said it to you yet, but thank you. And then he's gonna look at the door and just sigh. And kind of just kick the door to kind of let them know that he's there and just wait.
Which door?
The door to the big room.
Oh. Yeah, no, you didn't specify, so I wasn't sure who you were
Just
talking
kick
about.
Pyre's door in.
Yeah,
Which
kick
door?
the shit out of
That
Iron's
Snow
door.
is standing in front of.
Well, he said
What's behind the
let them.
door?
It's like let
Kelvin.
them. So I was like, yeah, Kelvin. There you go.
So
I'll
as
stand
you're
up and go let
there
him in.
waiting, you just hear thud against the door.
I'll stand up and go let him in.
Isa's worst enemy, doors.
I'm sitting there trying to figure if I could, like, from where I'm sitting, try and whip the door open. But it wasn't worth the attempt.
I think doors are every D&D party's worst enemy.
Oh no, it's
Really
just
is.
since he's met you guys have locked every door in his face.
I did no such thing, okay?
So
I
Isa
didn't
now just
either.
expects the door to be closed and locked.
So after you kick it, Isa, a few moments pass, and then you just Tamriel stands before you.
Thanks. I bring drinks.
Okay. I'll stand to the side and let him in. And I'll kind of go back to where I was and put my arm back around Cathalia.
Is it just gonna be the three of us?
I think so. At least for right now. I mean, I'm sure Kelvin's tired. I know Pyre's tired. And Snow is standing outside Pyre's door, so process of elimination, bro.
Yeah. She earned her rest. She did damn good.
Oh yeah. I'm very proud of the kid.
Isa will go and kind of sit down and start spreading out the teas, and I don't know what you like, so I'm not good at this part,
sidelong glance. Well, I don't much care for go the fuck to sleep tea.
I don't have that one, I don't think.
I'm okay
But
with that.
did you die?
That's not the point. I'm gonna take an Earl Grey.
All right.
And I guess pour a cup of tea.
Okay.
Start pouring us all tea.
Just point at a random one. I don't know which one.
I imagine ISO, you would have came up probably with a hot kettle.
Yes. I
Okay.
wouldn't have. No, I would have definitely come up with a hot kettle. So
Okay.
All of a sudden, he
Has
sticks
it
his head
cooled
out. Hey,
off in his
Snow, could you create water and use writing hands?
you just
Hang on,
cuddle
gotta
this
look
for
at my
me.
spells real quick.
Ask me in the morning.
Exactly. I mean, she could. But
All right. All of you have your choice tea.
So
and
while we were in
conversations you
Ritool,
wish to have.
so we owe you a story about this god awful thing. While we were in Ritool, we were helping some people with a thing, and came across the person we were hunting was planning on ripping off the Colosseum and stealing all the magical items. And so we had, after they ended up being successful, unfortunately, we kind of went to where we assumed they would be. At least a few of us did. Snow stayed behind to talk to some of the guards. Cathalia, Kelvin, and myself went, and unfortunately, due to some poor circumstances, were taken. Where I can't speak for them, but personally, I was tortured, and it wasn't fun. 3 days of this hagborn that was supposedly killed. I say supposedly because she's communicated with us since she supposedly died. So it's been very hectic few weeks since everything had happened. But if you have specific questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But she seems to haunt us with things of our past, and as well as having direct traces to all of us through fingernails she removed. We just haven't found what we need to sever the ties she's created.
Today is the first day that I've heard her voice since we were there.
Heard her voice. I've smelled the scents that she chose to mimic while she was around me. And while I can't fully prove it, I believe she was what ramped my paranoia and my fight or flight response to a point that I lost control and had to be taken in by guards, which, because I was attacked, Pyre decided to defend me. She punched a guard, and that almost got her killed. It has been one debacle after another dealing with this piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
Well, I appreciate the apology. It just sucks that it doesn't. I mean, I'm at a loss. This is killing hags, not a problem. Dealing with after effects is the issue, because I don't have access to the magic that it requires to break these kinds of curses and these kinds of tethers. Especially because she was only a partial hag, I don't even know what kind of hag she was to specifically know how she's targeting and attacking this.
Isa, as this story is being unfolded to you, would you please give me a history check?
Can I do that at advantage for my Blood Hunter trait? I have to ask because I don't know if this hag technically counts as...
Let me double check the word. Can you... Is there a way you can post
Fiend or
that into
undead?
the chat? No.
Okay. Hey,
Wow.
Oh.
Natural
That's what I'm talking
20
about.
for
Way to
a
start off the
24
night.
total. Isa, in your grand travels across this great continent, spanning from the Badlands to various capitals, bring you all the way here, there and back again to Matol. You have heard of tales of very particular individuals born of a hag's blood, mostly known as hex-blooded, or those of the hex blood, or those of the cursed blood. These are all terms you have heard before in your travels, and they seem to be the most ones that line up with this. Specifically stating to, and it would make sense to you how she's able to, the story they're putting together for you, how she was able to operate with this particular group of people, as you know them, and most people know hags to be rather hideous, selfish, self-centered. Those of the hex blood can span out a bit. Their appearance not quite as deformed or disfigured, but still the magic just as potent. And if there's any questions you want to have answered, I'll allot one or two due to the high roll.
yeah, I will send those to you.
Okay, let me get my phone ready. As he gets me those questions, and they will be answered in the messages between him and I. Is there any other conversation the three of you wish to have before we move on?
I'll probably for the first time, since both of them have walked in, I'll look up at Isa and see how do I want to do this.
You shoot him.
No. No. I don't want to push, like I don't want, oh my god, I don't even know how to word it. I don't want what happened to be a crutch for why I am the way I am. And I am sorry for being a bitch when we first met you. Because that was horrible of me. And that is also part of why I wanted you to make that promise that nothing bad would happen. Because I've already lost my parents. And I don't want to lose anybody else. And I know, especially with what we need to do, there are risks.
You don't owe me any apology.
Because I'm not sorry.
Like elbow tam.
No, he's right. You took a big risk, even letting me near you guys. And I appreciate the fear. I appreciate that you're scared. It means that you're smart. It means that my ideals of what you are capable of are placed well. I'm sorry that this has happened to you. There's some information given out with what I can do. I do want to try something, if you would be okay with it. Maybe I can help alleviate some of the pain.
Oh.
Let me do it.
What do you
It's
intend to do?
easier. Let me show you. And I get up and make a complete show of him taking off all of his weapons, removing the ice pick from his side, placing it down next to the tea set, taking his sword out of his sheath and placing it near you guys. It's an idea. It's not much.
What do we need to do?
Just need you to look at me and smile. And Isa's... Oh god, I can't believe I'm about to try this.
Oh my god.
This is fucking stupid.
What are you gonna do?
Do it.
Do it.
Isa will look directly into Cathalia's eyes. It's okay. There's nothing to fear in the cold. Nothing feels in the cold. Nothing touches the cold. And I'm gonna cast Charm Person at 2nd level on Cathalia.
You can't.
You can. You have advantage
You have
against it.
advantage against it, yeah.
So if you choose to resist, you have advantage on the saving throw. You can always, always, always choose to fail. It is the choice.
Oh. Actually, I'm going to cast it on both of them. I'm sorry, I forgot I upcasted it at 2nd level.
What's the save?
Since I know Charm Person, would I know what he's trying to do?
Yeah.
The save is Wisdom 15.
Oh.
I'll let it happen.
You were saying?
On the money.
I just want to see if a charm will even work on them.
You feel the arcane influence as you know it take hold in Cathalia, and as it begins to weave its way into Tamriel's mind at the last moment of that spell locking its grasp around his persona, you feel it deflected.
But just keep my eyes locked on Cathalia. It's okay to just let it go for a moment, to just breathe. There's no pain in the ice.
Do I feel any different?
You feel as if you have known Isa since as long as you've known your brother. As long as you can imagine. His voice has become that of a dear friend. Someone you can trust wholeheartedly with every ounce of your life.
He's just trying to get you to breathe. That's the only thing that he is trying to force through the charm, is getting you to relax. At least I know that works now. Okay.
Should you so choose, Cathalia, you can... your character. But you can choose to have these words pierce through the defenses. I won't tell you that the arcane magic makes his words infallible, but they're definitely quite persuasive. To just breathe. To just take a moment and forget everything. Not for forever, but perhaps there is some logic to his words. Perhaps if you push everything out of your mind, you can slowly reach for one thing at a time and pull it back in and handle it one at a time. But that's the best I can describe it to you. I cannot force you to do something against your character's absolute will, but I will say that his voice in this time, in this moment, is rather persuasive and extremely close and friendly.
I'll let out like just a really deep sigh, as if I was holding my breath.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna like not be so tense sitting,
Okay.
because I figure I'd be very rigid and on edge up until, just now. And then I'll drink some tea and then look over at TM and just smile at him.
Okay.
I will smile back,
All right.
but still keeping one eye towards Isa.
Just a good test. It at least lets us know that you're not fully under somebody else's control. I could charm you if you were. So at least
Less
you know you're
worried
still
about
you.
a charm so much as I am being plagued. Less
I have
someone
other
else having
ideas.
control of my emotions and more of someone being able to ratchet them up at their choosing.
I just wonder if she can track us. If she knows every step we've made.
Probably. He probably knows exactly where to find us. I imagine that's why she kept the fingernails. and why they've grown back black rather than normal.
I looked down at her finger. I did ask Jan about it, and she said she would ask Rem for me.
Take it your friend doesn't much care for cities.
Probably not. Do you blame her?
Nope. Kind of echo that sentiment, to be honest. We should rest while we have time.
Or I let you guys get to sleep. Tomorrow, will you try and make contact with your friend that came into the city with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Kelvin?
I so will leave them to their room.
Oh, okay. Kelvin, as you are, did you go to rest this point? Or did you want to stay up for a little bit?
I was actually, so I'd served Pyre her stuff, and I would have probably sat
Lovingly
down.
handing her cold soup, warm milk.
Yeah, I mean, if she wanted it warmed, I can do that. If she wanted it chilled, I could do that. But she didn't
Okay.
tell me, and this is how I like my stuff. So I'll sit on the floor, back against a wall, and just kind of sit there.
Okay.
This is
Probably
really
watch
brave.
me.
It's really brave of you to do that. You didn't have to.
This is probably whatever Pyre's like taking her health potion. And she's like, what? What do you mean?
You don't have to do that.
I don't.
You don't have to put yourself in harm's way just because.
Then what do we do every day?
Try to find a way to survive.
I understand that very well.
I don't go looking for anything to happen. I understand sometimes we have to deal with it when it comes up, but you don't have to put yourself in that situation.
Do you? And Pyre's kind of looking around and like she's kind of like stuttering a little bit. She's like, "Do you want to know a secret?" And she's like not looking at Kelvin.
Kelvin is slightly uncomfortable. Sure? Yeah.
I knew I was gonna lose, but I still did it. That was. And then Pyre's kind of like breathing. She's like kind of uncomfortable a little bit, but she's trying to talk to Kelvin. She's like, for years, I fought alone. And yes, I do fight. You might find this surprising. I still have self-preservation. If a thing's too big or too much for me, I know when to say nope and walk away. But whenever I saw compassion, emotionally, I was mad. And I do stupid stuff whenever I'm mad. And I had to prove to myself that but I knew I was going to lose. Because even after all these years of fighting by myself, after all the fights that we have gone through, and I have defeated this person and that person and all that stuff, I knew I was going to lose because I didn't have the wild cards with me. I've gotten weak on my own.
I don't see it as that. You are just as strong as the first day I met you. But what you fight for, I saw it change. What you fight for has changed. The only reason you lost was because you were fighting for yourself. There is strength in knowing it's okay to ask for help. Kelvin will stand up and walk over to the side of the bed where she's sitting there and just put his hand on his shoulder. Never be afraid to ask for help. I'll kind of ruffle her, like, fiery looking hair. Here for you anytime you need it. But right now I'm really tired. Enjoy your soup. Drink your milk. Then I'll do that little hook finger in the poke around the chin and be like, one day you'll grow up big and strong, and I'll turn and walk out the door.
as he's walking, like, because Pyre's just going through all this, and as he's walking, she doesn't expect him to stop. She's like, the same for you. Don't be afraid to ask. And then she'll just hang out the room.
Next
And
time
I'll
you
go to-
saving throw so you don't trip over snow.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I will open the door. It comes
You open a
in,
door,
and I'll
you get one
sneak
step out,
snow.
and there is snow.
She's gonna be okay. You can get some rest or whatever you're gonna do. She'll be fine.
I will leave him.
And then I'll turn and head off to the room that we were in before and lay on the floor.
Okay. As all of you begin to find unconsciousness coming to your bodies, some of you soar physically, emotionally, both. I need everybody except Pyre to mute yourselves, and I will give you the signal when to come back. Or, excuse me, deafen. I'm sorry, deafen. Make sure you cannot hear me. There we go. I made a mistake on that one. Yep. Pyre, as you begin to find yourself in that little bit of space between consciousness and unconsciousness, a warmth that you're used to happening to your body before you sleep as it begins to heat up to keep itself warm throughout the night is suddenly replaced by a shrill cold, and that sensation of falling takes over your body. 5, 10, 15, you don't know how far, but you fall, and you fall, and you fall, before suddenly you are stopped. Not painfully, And you don't know how. Everything around you is darkness. Even with your Fire Genasi given vision, where in the darkness you see shades of red. This is the first time in your life you've seen what it's like to see true darkness. There are no shades of red. There is no light. A few moments pass in this dark space. As your body gets colder, you can feel yourself trying to fight against it. And then there is an explosion outward from you, spanning 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 feet. Just in this spherical shape around you as it whips around in this torrent. You feel like you're in the middle of this flame tornado sphere.
Yeah.
Hot, dry, but comfortable as you suddenly find your feet and a sense of gravity takes over, upright, proper. And as you look around, you make a turn all the way around and you can see, standing behind you, an extremely familiar, towering figure. 8, 9 feet tall, not but 5, 6 feet away from you. Familiarly, every detail of this figure is made entirely of flame. Hyper realistic. There is folds in the leather of their boots and trousers. There are buckles, there are buttons, there is flesh, there is eyelashes, there is hair. But all of it is at some degree pure flame. Completely tempered under the will of this creature. But as you look at it, you can see this jagged crack carved out of its chest, right over where the heart should be, as it looks down upon you. You were strong today. You were smart today. And you were noble today. What did you learn today?
There's more to me than there was before. That I have a lot to learn and a lot to go through to be the person I need to be. And that I'm willing to do anything and everything for it.
The path laid before you is wrought with danger and evil. You must be the one to decide which is evil that cannot be cleansed through flame, and which is that could be purified and saved. Your judgment, your decisions.
Thank you, Jorsal.
We are grateful. And as you hear those words, you feel in your chest this odd burning sensation. And you look down for a moment, and you can see this jagged scar outlined in the exact shape missing from Jorsal before you are pulled from this dream into a dreamless sleep.
You guys.
Yeah, I wasn't the last one.
All right.
Yep.
As all of you enjoy a long night's rest, was there any watches posted?
I'm taking one outside
You took the first one technically, correct?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check, and then I'll let you guys go ahead and just throw your perception checks out there and tell me what shift you're taking.
Do we have to do advantage or disadvantage or anything like that? Or just straight?
I would say if you're going to be for Snow, she's already in the
building
hallway.
would be lit, right?
Exactly, yes. But the question is, where do you take a watch from? Do you leave the room? Do you leave the tavern? So I'll ask these questions as I get to you. For Snow, fantastic roll. I know you're already in the hallway. So 23, just to double check, would you have left the hallway in any ways? Would you have kind of gone up and down it? You let me know.
Well, probably in a spot where she can cover the main entrance more than
Okay.
anything. If she wants to see who's coming and going.
Okay. As you are watching over this with the 23, you notice there seems to be, aside from the fact that it is a bit of a seedy tavern, mostly for people who want to fight for money, it seems to just be another place. You don't really see or hear the kind of conversations you caught in a different district of the capital, to where people were using particular speaking patterns to probably sell things they shouldn't be selling. Here in this tavern, it is extremely rough and tumble, but you also get the sense that with the barkeep and the owner and through their personas, they're rough and tumble, but they're not illegal.
My sleeping barkeep is gonna kick some ass while asleep.
So
Removing towel is enchanted to do more than just move in circles.
Hey, he's probably got boots of kicking. We don't know.
let me tell you, that towel is enchanted with fuck around and find out, so go ahead.
Can't wait.
Cathalia, where will you be
thought your whip
taking
was strong.
your watch?
Probably just outside their door.
Okay. With an 11, you see one person come
My
up a little
boots.
drunk, kind of wander past you. You see him get to his door and chunk, 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 clunk, thud. Door does not close.
Like our room or a different door?
Different room. The last
Okay.
room that was available up here.
Somebody had a long night.
Somebody had a good night. But aside from that bit of activity, your watch goes without issue. Next.
Take third
I-
and fourth.
I thought,
Oh, okay.
Ice is taken. Never mind. Ice has got third.
Yeah.
Isa, with an 18, where will you be roaming?
I'm sorry, Tam. Realized that my mic was muted. I'm saying I would take a watch.
Oh my gosh.
First
I'm
he
an
can't
idiot.
deafen himself, then he undeafens and just mutes himself.
This man's out of control.
Technology.
Not bad. I'm just disappointed.
Let's not do
Um,
that again.
Actually, if you want to share the watch, Tam, I'll share it with you.
Sure, I'll share third. Or yeah, third. So you can roll. I'll
Roll one more time.
as well. Oh,
Yeah, no, you
12,
roll.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do with advantage.
We'll just take your 12.
Yeah.
So an 18 for one, 12 for the other. Where are you two watching from? Do you stay upstairs? Do you move downstairs a bit?
Towards the end of our watch, Isa will definitely tell Tam, follow me for a moment.
I will follow him for a moment.
And we're going to go down and we're going to go look at the barkeep for a minute.
You see the same familiar figure propped up like this, one hand wrapped on the towel.
Isa will take the ice pick and just prick his finger and just ever so gently hold the towel and cause it to become my ice weapon, so that way the towel freezes. All
So
while
Tam,
staring Tam directly in the face.
You watch as he goes.
Man of his craft.
Now, what purpose did that serve?
You got a little laugh out of it, right?
Too old for this shit.
Look, I wanted to know.
I'll give you this, it's clever. I think it would have been funnier if it was frozen in place and his hand would have slipped and he would have startled awake. That would have been funny, especially if we would have been nowhere near it. But it wasn't
do
bad. I'm just not the same kind of prankster that Kelvin is. It's not my shtick, man.
Yeah, well, I don't think Kelvin will think my jokes are funny right now.
Well, if you ever figure out how to manipulate the earth beneath his feet and you trip him, I will laugh hysterically.
This can be done.
Okay. Last watch.
I'll take it.
Natural 20
24.
for a 24. Fantastic.
Tell me I get something for this.
You find out there's never been a bartender. It's always been the towel the whole time.
It's a sentient towel.
As you begin to get a little bored of just watching a singular hallway, you check the windows at the end of the hall, you check over the banister, and then you get creative. You look at the rafters. You start thinking, it's been a while since I've really stretched my limbs out. So you kind of very quietly, very calmly just unfurl your whip and you make sure all the binds are out of it, everything's fine, and then without even nary a sound, you grab one of the rafters and swing yourself across, keeping over the tables and sleeping bartender and a couple of passed out patrons before you land very quietly, very deftly into the rafters. A simple skill for you. Nothing crazy here. There's nothing trying to shoot you. There's no monsters you're chasing. This is another Monday for you. But as you look around, you kind of realize that it's not as dusty as you would expect. It is rather clean up here. That's odd. As you look around a bit, you kind of check the framework, following again, nary a speck of dust, rather clean. And then as your eyes move to a little bit more of a darker corner where the torchlight doesn't quite reach, you see what looks to be a bit of wood, not quite perfectly placed back down into place. Almost like a false floor, but on a rafter.
Can I make my way to it?
You certainly can. You make your way over there.
I'm going to examine it before I touch it.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, please.
25.
25. Looking over it, you can see and you can tell right away. This was placed intently out of place. Very closely bound to the woodwork is an extremely thin piece of silverish wire tied
Son of
around
a
it.
Bitch.
Unbroken, but wrapped around this piece. And for you, you're like, oh, that's genius. If someone does come up here, they would think this is like taking candy from a baby.
An alarm spell, though. Tricky now.
Can he learn?
I don't know who said it.
What are you doing?
Part of me wants to leave a note that says, "Where do I go?" But
You have 5 seconds before I roll for it. Okay.
I'm gonna move away.
Too late.
Son of a bitch.
He gave you seconds.
Yeah.
No, I know, and I
High.
was thinking.
High or low?
Hi.
Your will is not your own.
Motherfucker.
As you look over this, you're like, I can beat this. I'm a genius. I've killed monsters. I can disarm one little trap. You're not proficient with thieves' tools, are you?
I am.
I need you to roll me a thieves' tool check, please. 20. Are you satisfied with this roll?
I don't have the help dice, so it doesn't matter.
That's my mistake. So I will let you have one because I forgot to ask for that at the beginning of the stream. So I will say you have one.
Okay. Fine.
It was
Listen,
my
when the
mistake.
DM gives you something,
22.
you
It was
take
my
it.
bad.
Oh,
You forget to ask for that.
I will, but at the same time, him
22
asking if I'm
total.
okay with a 20 is terrifying.
As you look at this, you're like, okay. You get closer. You get your thieves toolkit out, and you have a little bit of space to lay it out properly on the rafter. It's a wide beam. It's probably like that far across. You lay all your tools out, and you start looking at the way this is wrapped. And it's not wrapped once. It's wrapped like 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Like, there's plenty of string here. Just gotta find out where they knotted it. And they knotted it underneath. So you cross your legs around the beam and dangle upside down. And ever so carefully, you undo the knot without fully breaking it. And you work the string around all the way, all 6 wraps, before you can slide it just enough out of the way to successfully remove it from being an obstacle.
God. Well, at this
Why we
point,
don't split the party.
do I feel like the spell has not been broken?
You feel like you have successfully not broken the string. You have simply given it slack so it could be moved.
I'm this far, in for a penny, in for a pound. In for a
Famous
copper,
last
in for a
words.
platinum, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm going to try and slide the string. Because
You've
I'm
already
an
moved
idiot.
it. It was part of your success, your successful check. It's
I
out the
guess
way.
I'm going to open.
As you open it, you realize this piece of wood was a little larger than what you expected. And you see before you probably a 4-inch across, 6-inch back, completely almost hollowed out section of the rafter. Inside it, there are, let me double check my notes, 3 pouches, a little bit the smaller size. What do you do?
Remember that I'm not a rogue. I'm not chaotic vague. This stuff does not belong to me. I've proven my mastery over it. I'm going to slide the box back in, and I'm going to head
Okay.
back to the hallway.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave the alarm spell undone, because I want someone to notice
Okay.
that I bested their crap.
All right. As you
It's like a professional courtesy type deal.
As you begin to head back upstairs, you can begin to hear the sounds of your party rousing and getting ready for the day. So, a long rest is had by all of you. And the day is yours. Wild cards, what would you like to do?
Clothing time?
Too early. Thought we had like 2 days. Or 3 or something like that.
I believe it was 3 total.
Was it 3
total.
total? Okay.
It was 3 total.
So this
And
would
you
be
did see them
day 2.
halfway through the first day. So you have a half a day down. Because I believe you only rested once since then, correct? Or have you rested? Have you rested
Correct.
twice?
No.
We had a short rest after, and then
Short
a long.
rest.
No, we've rested.
Yeah.
We've spent another night here already.
This is our
night.
Yeah, but
second
we
night,
went to
but we
them
went
yesterday.
After. Yeah, we went after.
That's right.
It was 2 weeks
you
ago,
got
but
here.
we went after.
Yeah, because you got here,
Yeah.
saw Lady Vivian, then went to get the clothes ordered.
Yep.
And after Lady Vivian, you went to the bar,
Yep.
scouted out your contact. That evening was the fight. Today is a new day. So, meeting place in hand for later in the evening at a different place within the city. But the day, the capital, everything is yours.
I'm gonna keep staring up at the rafters while we eat breakfast.
Okay.
Fire's gonna have a distracted face, like she's not really paying attention to anything around her.
Okay.
You know how
Breakfast is
common it
had.
is for people to live their entire lives and never look up?
Why would we look up?
I talked to Jasal last
We're
night.
immediately looking up.
I
Who?
look straight at Pyre. What? What did he say?
Who's your soul?
Hold on. What did he say?
I think something's happening to me. I don't know. I've been feeling different ever since the crystal. And she like does that and everything. And
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But
I was gonna say my eyes are gonna unconsciously cut over to Kelvin and then back to Pyre.
he just
But did she die?
no, actually the opposite. I came back.
Yeah. See?
I don't think Jasal is a bad guy.
Have you actually seen this Dressel?
Last night, he had a crack in his chest where my crystal is at, and made entirely of fire and really big. Really big. Very intimidating, but he told me I did good.
Did
Well, you
we
did.
cause that?
What?
Did we cause the crack?
He had a hole where my crystal is at. So it's like the crystal.
So that's serving as the anchor between the two of you.
Yes, like the crystal was taken from his body and then shoved into mine.
Palladium.
The hell of a drug.
But he said I'm gonna be on a dangerous road.
Well, no shit. You got the living daylights beat out of you by a fucking Goliath.
No, I think he means something.
Worse.
He talked about
Maybe.
good and evil and being able to purify evil. and being able to tell the difference between those who can be saved and those who can't. And I know none of this is making sense to. And she points over to Isa. I'm very sorry. Okay.
No, continue, please.
I've just been feeling different here lately, and I mean, with raging at Rekka.
I will say,
Without being a rage that you're used to.
Isa, with that role, you would be aware of the tale of Jorsal. It's one of the tales that led you on the path you're on now. Do you need me to explain it to you, or do you still have that message I sent you?
Let me double check it here. I believe I do.
I'll shoot you a quick refresher. Sorry to cut in like that. Go ahead and keep going.
That's fine. That's fine. No, it's just. Don't get me wrong, I'm scared whenever I lose control of my body. I mean, it wouldn't be, but I don't. It's like I know when something's just not right. And
Has he given you anything to?
no. He just told me that I had much to learn and the road was going to be dangerous and I needed to be strong.
Well, you're not the only one on the road. We're all here with you, wherever that takes. Well, I can't speak for Isa, but I am. And I'm pretty sure our other friends are too.
Whatever you need, whenever you need it.
Isa will walk
Yeah.
over to Pyre. And listen. Listen to him with everything that you have. It's Drisol is one of Drisol started what mission I'm on. Well, he's one of them that started it. Pay attention. It's Drisol helped create part of the planar veil. It's what we're dealing with. What's he like?
Intimidating.
Single-minded.
No. He's focused. He has a purpose. He has a strength I can only hope one day to have. It's not even just the physical, it's I don't know. if I can explain it the best. Don't really have a way with words, but I watched him fight in my body, and watching him fight was amazing. And then to have him standing there in front of me, I wasn't scared. I was just in awe.
Did you fangirl?
A little bit.
What is this term?
I'll explain later.
She's got some powerful things in her system all of a sudden.
I don't. But why me?
Why not?
Your ties and your strength are both uniquely suited for his task.
I mean, I can't be the only fire genasi out there.
No, but you might be the strongest, or it could be a genetic thing if you're the one that's in his line. I mean, I imagine if it's a family thing, if it's a genetic, it would be easier to talk to communicate, to work with someone you already have a large tie to than someone you don't.
And how many people can survive Validium being shoved into their chest?
I don't know. Maybe we should do a poll.
What? What did you just say?
To put a pole in your chest?
No.
Hold on. What did you do?
Okay.
Isa's getting the entire backstory of the campaign
Right?
now.
So one night, I felt called to Snow's couch. We had just found some Validium, which was calling to me then, but I was like, no, I'm not going to touch that. And I told Snow about it, and Snow handed me the Validium, and then suddenly I'm in this place where everything's red, and there's volcanoes and mountains and dragons, and just it's hot. Everything is just hot. And then this fire dude started just talking to me, and we talked for a little bit, and then apparently, I guess, whenever we were having a conversation, they were freaking out and thinking about busting the crystal. And I don't know, you gotta talk to him about that. But then Kelvin decided to put the crystal in my chest. And then I came back, and ever since then, yeah, this has been happening.
Well, that'll work. I guess.
He's alive.
All we
Well,
cared about at the time.
this is interesting.
Interesting does not begin to cover.
So you're saying that this Drusar person who helped create the veil between the planes has a hole in his chest that might now be in Pyre?
No, I'm saying that you use Validium inside her.
Well, I know whenever
Yeah,
I
we're
was,
still not quite sure how that one worked out. That was
whenever I was, whenever I was leaving the dream, I started to get a crack right where his crack was at, and yeah, so I don't know.
It boosts your natural connection. Why do you think? And Isa will pull his blade out and kind of set it on the table. That's why my blade is the way it is. It's Validium.
Fire kind of like looks at him, then looks at the blade, like, can I touch it?
And now that all of you have a moment to really study the weaponry of this person that's come to join your party, you realize that the blade is not made from some odd blue-colored steel or blue glass. It is made entirely of a blue-tinted iridium crystal, carved and shaped to that of a blade.
How I'm able to personify my magic. The fact that it's in you.
I'm gonna put a hand on Kelvin, a hand on Pyre, and just kind of close my eyes for a second and cast Detect Magic and see the two of them and the sword. I want to see what I get off of them. I mean, I know Kelvin has the divination from him. What do I get from Pyre currently, and what do I get from the sword?
It's interesting. The schools of magic would be difficult for me to explain to DM how to get it there. But the best I can give it to you is that they are perfectly oppositely similar. They are both of that intense, concentrated weave, that tightly packed weave. But one is giving you this kind of, and most of your senses probably come through the druidic casting and less about knowing certain enchantments and just feeling them. As you focus on the blade, it is a crisp, cool morning in the mountains of Bragos. It is the odd comfort of that home and a striking, strong memory. Is the best feeling that your brain can give to you for this. And for Pyre, it's how you would imagine when you could hold Cinder when she was nay a pup. Just pure concentrated flame.
Okay, now I want fan art of just a tiny little Cinder.
I do too. As soon as you said that, I was like, take notes.
Yeah.
You said her.
That's the best way I can
charcoal
describe it to you
Is that what it
through
is?
Snow's perspective.
Right. That's kind of what I expected.
Okay.
So I just wanted to double check.
And what's the radius on that?
Oh, Detect Magic, I think it's like 30 feet radius, so that goes out 30 feet in both directions.
30 feet in a sphere.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it 30 feet from you or across you? It's from you, correct?
It just says within 30 feet, so it'd be 30
So
feet.
yeah, so 30 feet outward from you is the farthest point. So 60 foot cross to cross. You pick
Pick up
up
something in the rafters.
something in the rafters.
Yes.
You pick up a strong necromantic enchantment.
Thing?
I believe. Let me check the spell real quick. But I believe necromancy.
Oh my god.
If anyone can get up there, it's gonna be Snow.
Oh gosh.
Would she want to do
Get
it
up there
during the
too.
day?
That's not a problem.
Do it.
It's a matter of do we mess with it?
Yes.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Determination brought it back again.
Got 9 lives, right? Supposedly.
I
Oh,
would
God,
want to
she's-
test that theory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not test
Schrodinger's
that
It
theory.
is
Blake right
necromancy.
Oh,
It is necromancy.
You're literally the cat in the box right now.
Yeah,
But
you are the
exactly.
cat.
Yes.
That's where we're going to take a break.
No.
Let you ponder over that over the break.
Damn it.
We're breaking science. We're breaking science.
Science. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for being here for the first half of this episode. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you're having fun watching my table just have tons of story progression and shenanigans at the same time. I don't know how they do it, but they have this perfect blend to me of shenanigans and story forward progression, and I love it. But we're going to take a quick, probably 10-minute break, so we'll be back here in about 10 minutes. So get yourself some water, some snacks, relax, stretch your legs. We'll see you in a bit. Hey everybody, Welcome back from the break. I hope you had a good time. I know I got me some water and snacks. My party got snacks. They got a cat. That's fast. So, right before the break, our lovely druid, Miss Drifting Snowflake, decided she was going to do some investigation of her own. Casting Detect Magic, she got a particular hits off of the various gear around them, wanting to know more about this Validium short sword, but also a curious ping just on the edge of her 30-foot sensors up in the rafters of a strong necromantic influence. And that is where we left off. So, knowledge in
I have
hand.
to go for it.
Knowledge in hand. What do you do?
First things first, I want to find a way up there.
Okay. Just from
I just
just
ask a really
looking
quick
from where you're
question.
seated?
On where she's looking.
From where you're
I just
seated,
have
you're just going to check it
one-
out?
I just have one really quick question.
Yeah.
Are we doing this? in
How many
broad daylight?
people are down here with
Yeah,
us?
that's what I was.
How many people down
wondering,
here
like,
right
they're
now?
gonna-
I'd say with your passive perception, you pick up on the morning bartender,
Mhm.
along with probably about 8 other patrons around. 2 of them still passed out. The other 6 groggy, awake, and putting down some manner of grease-filled hot food.
Get kicked out of this town, too.
No,
No, they're all.
come
It's
on.
okay. They're all old. They've lived life. You don't have to worry about them. We're good.
Wow. Jesus.
Let's do it.
No,
This is
from,
Bishop
from
talking.
where from where Snow is sitting, she wants to see if she can, like, in her brain, map a way up to get up to that rafter.
Sure, make a perception check.
Do I see the direction she's looking in?
Come on, baby. Not bad. 30-20.
Please be
20
careful.
total.
I calculated max fireball damage, and 2 of us are dead.
Snow, as you begin to look around and trace through, okay, you could go off there, there, the wall is there, the support beam is not too far from the corner. Dot, 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 dot. Dot. I could do that.
Cool. He's just gonna file that away for later.
Okay, then. As you're doing this, I would say, given passive perceptions, I would say most of you can probably just... You see Snow, who watches her eyes kind of flash over with a bit of arcane, druidic influence. There's a pause. And then she just kind of stares off in the distance for a minute.
Is that the same direction as the false raptor?
Make an intelligence check.
Is it bad that I want him to low roll?
11? I mean, it's been a while since you've had a really good meal. This is pretty tasty, actually. Why is she looking off into the distance? That's weird.
Fire like reaches over and like
Cats.
because Snow's still got her hand on Pyre, right? Like
Mhm.
she puts her
Yeah.
hand on top of Snow. It's like, Snow, are you okay?
As the detect magic fades, Snow will kind of just look between Pyre and Isa and can feel weave from your sword and from you, Pyre.
Yeah, I remember you telling me it was all in there. It was very complicated, but I remember.
It's certainly chaotic, that much. But yours is warm, comforting. In fact, even maybe spicy. His is polar opposite.
So he's mild?
He's more
If
like
that is your opposite.
he's kind of like
He's
Karen
spicy
mild.
nacho on Cool Ranch.
A little vanilla.
He's white people spicy.
Your words, not mine.
No, I was just asking you a question.
What?
Because it was funny that you
Hey, I take that in offense. I'm white people spicy.
So what you're saying is Isa is more like a vanilla wafer and Pyre is more like a ginger snap.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. Okay. All right.
At least
Oh
you
my
got banana
God.
pudding going for you.
Hey, yo, Nilla Wafers, for real. What up, Nilla? Hit us
Yeah.
up.
If I reach out and touch his
Right.
sword,
Mm-hmm.
does it like give off a feeling of pain, or is it just like cold to the touch? What?
It is cold to the touch. And for, let me see how to put this. For you, it does not instill pain to the touch of cold, but you get
Okay.
the feeling that if you were a normal human without certain protections and you wrapped your hands around this blade and just held it, with some time, probably could develop frostbite.
Okay.
But it would take exposure. It's not like it's instantaneously flashed over. It would take
No.
exposure and time.
Okay.
So Empire looks over at Isa. So that means you're connected to a plane.
Well, I mean, we're connected to this one. Naturally. I mean, my blade is made from the element. It's not in me. I don't have any of it shoved into my body, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm saying
You mean, do I
Maybe
have
you should.
an elemental force that I'm
What I-
connected to?
yes.
I mean,
Don't be smart and all to me. You ditched me. Okay.
I didn't ditch you. I promise.
Okay.
I will make.
We're not talking about this right now. We're talking about the sword.
You.
You're in trouble.
And let's try to answer the question and not dance around it with flowery language.
I just want
Drinking my coffee,
He
just
just
watching
whole-
everybody.
Oh, this shit got real. I'm out.
Cathalia is just over here like,
As Kelvin Kelvin said that as he looked up from his plate and then went right back down to it.
I'm like Baby Yoda.
Listen,
Yes.
With the frog.
that's all I need.
There's a connection.
Roll
Extremely
4d4
much
psychic
so.
damage.
But for
As
you,
he had to actually answer a question.
I'm willing to make those dangerous sacrifices.
Do we all hear that? Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, he says it out loud.
I'm just gonna kind of gag and then keep eating.
Kelvin's just thinking, but I'm the one that made him speak straight. He was lying to her the whole time. Why does she get the thanks? But he's just gonna keep eating.
And then
Calvin's
Pyre-
interior monologue could be a show on its own, I'm sure.
It could.
Yeah.
Pyre kind of like looks for Isa, then looks at Kelvin. It's like, thanks for the backup, Kelvin.
Did you get any of this? I imagine there was a plate set down. I just have the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Don't worry.
We'll lean over and like grab some bacon off of Kelvin's plate.
Can we have a momentary discussion? It's not very heavy, but it's more just logistical. What rooms are we all sleeping in? Because I really don't like having to sleep in the kitchen.
Nobody made you sleep in the kitchen last night.
Yeah, but Tam locks the door and nobody lets me in. And that's why I kicked on the door last night.
I would have let you in if you would have knocked.
Before or after you hit me with the whip?
Depends on when you knocked.
Oh my god!
We'll let you. That's not a problem. I locked the door because I finally was able to trance. It wasn't to keep you out. It was so that I could not get jumped.
I understand that.
But did he have a key?
Didn't think of that at the time. I was just glad I could finally trance.
You're gonna get
was trying
jumped
to not get
in the middle of the
robbed.
Capitol behind a locked door. Got it.
Where did Snow sleep last night?
Probably would have fallen asleep still outside.
Snow, are you going to be using the room?
Want the room?
I just say the last couple of nights you haven't been there. If he's so worried about a room, we can give him our room.
No, if I trust the two of you in a room by yourselves.
What up, Tam?
I only trance in my room, Dad.
Oh my god.
No, I'm saying me and Snow would find. Maybe Snow could sleep in with Cathalia and Kelvin. I would find someplace else.
No, that doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, it makes
can
more
crash-
sense. No,
he
it
can-
makes more sense that you give him a fucking key, but you won't.
There was only one key for the entire room.
There was
only one key for each room. Thank you very much. Direct your fire elsewhere, m'lady.
I'll give you my lady whenever I kick your ass.
I
Okay?
just wanted my allowance. That's all I
I
wanted.
just wanted my own.
Did you bubble the whole
Catholia's just.
Isa can stay with Pyre and Snow can sleep wherever.
Plenty
Wait,
of room
what?
in the big room.
Cat, I don't need a bed to sleep in. I can sleep anywhere. Put Isa with Pyre. Let them share the beds.
Just leave room for Paylor.
Oh my god.
He's everywhere, you know.
Of course, Kelvin chimes in. Yeah, he's everywhere. That guy's great. Have you heard about our light and savior, Paylor?
Oh my god.
Oh my lord. That is great.
Oh no.
So as conversations are had, breakfast wraps up, coffees are finished, sun is beginning to take its place in the morning sky. You see as some of the patrons begin to groggedly shift off to probably whatever their job is, some of them carrying particular mining tools. You can only imagine they probably work underground somewhere around here, especially during the day.
Probably cooler too.
What would all of you like to accomplish for your day before your meeting this evening in a separate part of the city?
Do we need to go check in with your handler?
Sterling. When did you want me to talk to Jude?
Sorry about that. My headset decided it wanted to go off. Whenever you can. It's important, but it won't be important until later. So if you can, it would be greatly appreciated. It may make life a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like libraries or like places where old books and texts can be found? Anything like that?
Roll me an intelligence check. 14?
Hey.
It's a big city. It's been around for a while. Older than my tool. Stands to wager there's probably some good history here somewhere. It's just finding it.
There's got to be a library.
Probably
Pyre,
that central tower.
Pyre, like, are we still at the tavern?
As far
Oh,
as
so
I
you
know, I
wanna
don't
go
think y'all
somewhere?
left yet.
Okay. Well, she's gonna go up to the bartender and kind of like ask him if they're like, "Hey, do you guys have anything like this?"
Well, there's a few places. There's the kind of thinks himself for a minute here. Well, there's the main hall of ancient tomes in the center of the city within the spire. Then also within the Oasis Ward, there's a well-established library there. Let's see if he remembers the name. Not with that. I don't remember what it's called. Never been a learned folk. But I know there's at least, of course, the really old protected stuff is in the center spire. But there is another well-known library. I haven't been there, but I hear a lot about it there in the Oasis circle.
And somebody like me can go to it just fine. I'm not gonna get in any trouble or anything like that, am I?
Maybe have a hood on, just because the hair is just.
Yeah.
I've dealt
It's
with
hair. I promise.
I know I've.
Yeah.
God love them. Paylor love them. I've had plenty of Genasi come through. I get it.
Hair.
Yeah, whatever. I get it. I've had plenty of Genasi come through. Great. I've won. Did you know? And in this moment right now, Pyre, I need you to make an insight check.
Okay. You're asking too much. Yep.
Yeah, you have no idea that you are about to be pulled into an old man story. You're about to be locked in.
Alright. Okay.
And he begins to ramble about some of the funnier details with Urchinasi and how they just leave a trail of dust everywhere. But it takes him about 20 minutes to tell this story. As you are just locked in. You can't get out. He's just, yeah. So anyways, and you're just like, fuck, I want to get out of here.
I'm like probably like this on the bar, so if somebody sees me, it's like, what's Pyre doing? And I'm just like, that's wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, when you're on your
Actually,
third dam, fourth, that's crazy, and fifth, I can't believe it, and they still don't get the hint.
Yeah.
Can we see her discomfort?
Oh yeah,
at this
after
point?
about a minute or two of conversation, you kind of realize that she's like not leaving the bar. She's kind of
Who's,
hunched over
gonna
on
go
it,
save her?
staring at him. You walk up as he begins to talk. You begin to get in the conversation about how Earth Genasi are known for their hardiness, and the fun fact they can always tell where they've been because a little bit of dust gets left for a few minutes before it evaporates.
I feel like I already know Urchinasi's. And then Pyre got like as Tam walks up, she looks at him like that look like help me.
I'm going to start my own old man story as I spin
my
her
God.
away about water genasi.
Roll a
As I
persuasion check.
sacrifice myself to save Pyre.
Oh my god, thank you,
Roll a boomer check.
Tam.
Oh my god.
Did he just old man
Is that
spell?
a Constitution saving throw?
5.
I rolled a 4.
Oh my god.
You out boomer the dwarf old man,
boomer.
and Pyre, you're able to escape quickly.
Thank thank God. I'm gonna have to do something nice for Tam later for that. Jesus Christ. I don't need to know how
I am
Earth
going
smells.
I am going to kind of like touch the earring and just kind of as I get him started in his own like response, kind of whisper message to Cathalia. Get everybody else out of here before I make my escape.
Empire's like, my God, like I just like grab it. I was like, look, let's go. I don't know what we're doing, but I want out of here. I don't want to be like, hey.
I'll look at Tam Empire and then look at the other three, and it's like, we should probably go wait outside.
As you see Kelvin eating but staring at the bar like, this is good conversation.
Come on, Kelvin.
You're learning so much.
None of it's probably true.
So as all of you except Tam head outside, Tam, you kind of with a kind of side eye, you see the last one go out the door and the door closes.
It's probably Kelvin. I don't want...
Being pulled by Cathalia.
You just see a hand reach in, grab him by the shirt, pull him out.
We'll tap the bar twice as I stand up. I tell you what, we had a pretty good conversation. If I'm able to get back before the end of your shift, we should sit down and have an ale and continue telling these kinds of stories to each other.
Yeah, that sounds great, youngin'. You have a good rest of the day.
You too, youngster. And I will walk out the door, fully confident that I am eternally older than this dwarf.
Like the cut of his shoulder.
Dwarves live for centuries. Tam lives forever.
Oh my god! That's going on the wall of quotes.
Can I give one of my inspirations? Can I give one of my inspirations via meta spell?
Snow, take a d6. That was great. As all of you are outside, and you see Pirates like, he wouldn't shut up.
This is what I get for asking about books. This is why books are bad, people. Yes, books.
You looking for a library of some sort?
Yeah. And then I found out everything about Earth Genocides. I could have just went to the damn library.
Snow's just like giggling off to the side.
Who needs a library when you have a person with that much wisdom?
The people that aren't around when he's not around.
Well,
I don't know why they wouldn't want to be.
With how old he is, do you think he really remembers everything?
I don't know.
No, he definitely doesn't remember everything.
If I
as I walk out the door.
He's like,
if I run into an Earth Genasi, I will ask everything that he told me and ask him if it's true.
Tell me 3 facts that man told you. I don't know if you remember.
If you want to insult an Earth Genasi, ask them those questions.
I got this. They leave dust everywhere they go. They know where they've been at all times, and that they're hardy people.
Checks out.
Yeah. I'm gonna write a note on my hand. Ask again in an hour.
Oh my god!
I'll forget why it's there. What am I supposed to ask about? Ask who?
All right, out into the streets. Merchants are already beginning to cast their wares. Shops are set up. You get the feeling that there's no one singular like shop district. It is just strewn about. There's probably a centralized area, but spanning outward from that, some people probably just set up wherever they can.
library is actually not a bad idea. It's been something that's been back in my head that I do want to go see if I can find more information about.
What are you interested in?
We still have no idea who those acolytes back in Brasso were. They were honoring their
Slime, you can call it. It looked like pudding.
yeah. But they mentioned a name. They mentioned Pale Mistress. I still haven't really figured out what it could be, a person or a thing. We don't know.
Pyre,
I want to go see if there's any writings about it anywhere.
Okay, cool.
Would I know anything on the Pale Mistress?
Would you know anything on the Pale Mistress? Give me a history check.
I thought we went through this before.
No.
No.
No?
No.
Pale Mistress.
Snow talked to Kelvin about the Pale Mistress, but
Maybe it was the Icar stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
That's what it was. It wasn't the
Okay.
Pale Mistress.
Yeah, we never mentioned that name before.
Come on.
Beyond 20's like, nah, I give up.
23.
23. Oddly enough, you have heard this term before. In
Of
very
course he has.
small circles, it is a... How do I put this? It is a title given to someone you are very familiar with, and they do not enjoy this title in the slightest.
Okay.
Pyre goes up to Snow and it's like, well, sadly, I got a bunch of facts about Urgenosi's, but not the name of the place. But he said it's in the Oasis district. I'm sure if we ask around, somebody will be nice enough to point us in the right direction. And by ask, I mean Kelvin.
Why me?
You're good with your words.
you look very learned.
Yes. The Paylor helps out a lot too.
I'm gonna walk up to the first person I see.
Okay. The first person you see
That's
is
not
a
my party.
merchant.
I was gonna say, is that old man? He came out to talk about.
The first person you see is a dwarven figure that has walked outside the bar. Where did that youngster go? No, I'm kidding. You see
You look like a
directly
smart guy.
right by the front door, not but maybe just at the edge of the building. The closest person to you looks to be this human male, kind of just a dark tan, definitely has been raised in this city, younger in the years, probably I'd say 30 to 40. And when I say younger in the years, I just mean probably the younger side of 30, but also not just decrepit at the same time.
Pyre whispers to Cathalia, "Go stand by your brother real quick."
So I'm
They
gonna
have
turn
like
to
this-
see him.
They have this shaggy brown hair, wearing mostly loose clothing, and then kind of a not quite like a hood, but it's like a scarf thrown over to help protect themselves from the sun.
I guess I'll go stand
Yes.
by my
Good morning.
brother.
Good morning. You would like to buy some goods today? I see. Yes, you look like a very intelligent, well-traveled, sharpened orc.
Thank you.
Never mind.
Of course. What perhaps a nice necklace for you. Fine jewelry. See, look, and he holds it up to you. See, look
Okay.
look how good it looks on you. Look at this.
Okay.
I don't particularly like chokers.
I have longer chains. Yes, I do.
Do
I do.
you?
This
I
supposed
do
to be
have a
belt, but
question.
for
I
you,
do have-
necklace.
Are you gonna?
Lord.
Are you? Can I get a word? Can I talk now? Is it my turn?
Yes. Would you like to buy?
Pyre screams,
First, I would.
"Where's the Oasis?"
We're looking for the Oasis Library.
And he just kind of motions down the street towards the center of the city. That way.
Thank you. And I will reach in and pull out 4 silver and put it on his cart. I don't know money.
Oh, thank you. And he hands you what should be on a normal person, like this really nice, seemingly nice, elaborate gold chain that should go around the waist. For you, it's much more fitting around the neck.
Like a dangly necklace.
Essentially, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No, thank you, my friend. Thank you. And anybody else like to buy something? Perhaps? Yes. We have many wares
Maybe
here.
later.
Well, the library's this way. This smart guy let's go.
And he has already moved on to the next person. Excuse me. Would you like to buy something today? Hello, excuse me. Just
Really? Pyre's like, that's a
selling
really
his
nice
wares.
chain. Kelvin, thank you.
I just wanted information.
Okay,
Here, and I'll just hand it to Pyre. This is for
Okay.
you. I bought this for you.
Thank you.
Can I do a check on that after handing it over? How horrible was that necklace?
It was
Make an investigation check.
Yay!
How cursed was that necklace?
-1. 13.
Oh.
13? I mean, it's not pure gold, but it looks nice.
Are you sure it's a necklace? Like, Pyre, like, I don't even know what this is.
You put it around your. You can wear it like a bandolier, or
You mean around your waist?
if that's where you want to put. I don't know.
Does Calvin look like he knows fashion?
Like, Pyre, like, really just like, this isn't my thing, but Kelvin did.
Okay, I've seen people
so-
hand people money after getting information all the time.
So
Normally,
Pyre-
they're not handed things back.
So Pyre, like, she's sitting there thinking, she's like, fuck it, I really don't want to do that. And she wraps it around her waist and puts it on. It's like, how does it look?
Kelvin walks
Fashionable.
away.
Lovely.
Like an orchid
Looks
necklace.
very lovely.
God damn it. Then she just starts walking.
Okay.
Kelvin
All of
already.
you-
She said, "How's it look?" And Kelvin went, "Walk away."
All of you begin to make your way through the streets to the little more central part of the capital. Probably about 20 minutes of navigation, getting your way through. Probably 20, 30. You come across one of the great walls that signifies the circles of the city proper. At this wall, there is, from your path you take, it looks like there is only a singular road in your vicinity that leads inside. It is currently open and flanked by two, what you can imagine to be guards, wearing lighter leathers and that kind of like that Roman skirt with the hard leathers, short sword, and kind of a smaller shield. You can definitely tell they've adapted to the weather here. They're not the usual you see in like Raitul of the hardier, larger guards. These seem to be a little more lithe, a little more quick.
Pyre puts her hood up because she remembered the one thing the old man told her. Another thing,
Okay.
4 things. She remembered 4 things.
Awesome. Proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep on walking through unless they try to stop us.
Yeah.
They
put up
look
the hood
all of
and
you
I
over
walk
real
her.
quick, but they don't seem to approach.
Were they stopping anybody else before we got there? Like, as we're walking up and seeing them, were they stopping anybody? Were they keeping anybody from going in or out?
Didn't look like it.
Okay.
Roll an
Just
insight
making
check.
sure we're not getting set up for a trap here. Alright, hold on. Insight?
Yes, please. 15 solid rolls tonight, guys. 15. I would say you would be able to wager that in a city like this, as old and established as it is, they probably have a pretty good eye and a pretty good system for spotting out anyone who's going to be of the troubled persuasion. Especially as you are moving into the one of the more inner circles of the city. You doubt they would let just anybody in, but at the same time, looking over your party, you don't look like rough and tumble rogues or thieves. You just look like traveled adventurers.
Fair point.
I mean, they definitely give Kelvin a bit of a once-over for a moment, but you kind of notice as Kelvin walk past and they see the back of his attire.
Halo jersey.
I was going to say attire.
You can call it a jersey. It's fine.
You get the
It's my
feeling
Halo
that having that large of a stark white outfit with a gold embroidery of Palor on the back of it, you're one of two things. You're an incredibly hypocritical charlatan, or maybe you're just a well-devout orc. But seemingly without issue, you pass into the first time for most of you, not two of you, but most of you, the Circle of Oasis. This district of the city is where the moderate wealthy and the upper working class reside, along with most of the medium to high-end bars, shops, and other such commerce. The architecture in this circle still holds incredible craftsmanship, but lacks some of the high-end flair and colors hanging from the rooftops. You can see here wealth is beginning to have more of a physical outward expression. The buildings, still made of brick, are painted or shaded in some way. There are visible banners hanging near doorways from rooftops. There is a stronger presence of that guard factor. Not overbearing or military style, but definitely more just being about. You see less of the working class and more people just enjoying their day. You don't see anybody that has tools openly carried with them. You don't see anybody that it looks like they've really worked hard labor. Mostly you see here is kind of the middle noble class, the lesser nobles. As you are moving into this area, who will be heading up the search for the library?
Probably me.
Very well.
I would
I
assume it would
feel
probably
like-
be Snow and Kelvin. Snow would be
Yeah.
on the lookout for it, and Kelvin would be. People would be pushing Kelvin at people. Talk to them. Talk to them. What do they get? What do they got to say? Where's the library? Talk to that person. Talk to that person.
All right. I will say for that, give me a general charisma check. And because Snow is there, assisting with her exotic background, with advantage. 19. As you are coming across some of these individuals, some of them begin to point you in the right direction through quick conversation, kind of telling a shortened version of your visits here, mostly sticking to the facts that the ones you comfortable disclosing, such as I'm here with a traveling merchant, acting as his protection. We were just given a few days off, wanted to check out the city. You begin to get that conversation, that bit of a repertoire between these conversations, and then eventually you come to what looks to be a middle-aged human male wearing notable colors of blue and gold. And as you begin to have the conversation with him, he is impressed by your charisma, you would feel, and your ability to talk. Yes, of course, you're looking for Of Ink and Brick. Probably, the oldest public library here in our great city. You will just head a little closer to the most inner circle. Don't cross into the most inner circle. I don't think you'd be allowed. But what you could do is just get a little closer down this direction. It begins to kind of point out a way for you to get where you need to go to get to the library Of Ink and Brick.
Is there a reason why people aren't allowed in the inner city? Is it?
Well, excuse me, I did misspeak. I wouldn't say you wouldn't be allowed. It would just, I don't think you'd want to be that heavily eyed upon. It is open to the public for the most part, but generally you are there with an escorted noble of sorts. There's a lot of what you would say old wealth within that city, and they tend to keep to themselves. Not, again, it isn't locked out, but outsiders are definitely given a higher level of scrutiny, and I wouldn't want them to mistake traditions and cultures you bring from outside our country to here as threatening. Especially one as, well, apologize for this, but as your persuasion.
Oh no, I understand. Now this is probably away from the party a little bit. You know, maybe Snow's right there, but no,
Sure.
well, I understand. We look a little different. What if what if we were looking to talk to people in there about possibly settling down? We do have somebody who has money and is very old.
Well, there is. That's a heavy conversation. Roll a persuasion check.
Just throwing Tam out under the bus.
11. No, I'm gonna actually no, I'll take that. That's an
11.
11. Yeah.
There are many, many ways and many paths and ropes you must cross to be quickly accepted as a noble of the city. I would say it would take some time for certain. You could definitely visit the Lybeum of Law to begin that process, but that's about as best a direction I can give you.
Thank you.
Of course. What was your name
Before we
again?
leave-
My name is Kelvin.
No,
Before we
no surname.
Triceran. Kelvin Triceran.
Oh, so you are of wealth a bit. Nice. Yes, no?
Sorry, what?
Oh, well, I apologize if it's not this way where you are from, but here in Matol, if you do not have a surname, you are usually, how would one say, of the working class.
Noted.
What did you want to know?
I'm gonna like just kind of give him a once over, and looking at his colors, the blue and gold, do they match any of the banners that I saw when I was looking for information in the marketplace?
They do.
I'm actually gonna look at him and say, I've seen those colors around the city, and obviously you can tell we're not from around here. What's
Of
with
course,
the
of course.
different colors?
My manners, where are they? My name is Gavin Farlana of House Farlana. It is very nice to meet all of you. Always excited to see travelers coming to our city.
It is a beautiful city.
Thank you. I would like to believe that my father works hard to keep it that way. Make insight checks, the two of you.
This is why I didn't use any abilities.
Exactly.
17.
17.
Okay. Snow.
Not bad.
18. The two of you both pick up on the emphasis in that statement, and I will say it again, replayed in your characters' minds. My father works hard to keep it that way.
So, can you. Sorry. Which colors belong to which house? We would like to know, just so we can tell everyone apart.
Of course, there's the three great houses. That is House Roveler. They are known for mainly blues. Not a lot of trim with that. There is House Farlana. We have the blue with gold trim. So if you see plain blue, that is of the Roveler. Blue with gold trim is of us. And then there's House Zilmayer. Stark white with red trim.
And we did pick up on that very distinct drop in his tone and cadence.
You two did, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of house, yeah.
What
It
But
is there
if you excuse
something
me,
with that?
I do need to get going.
Oh, I didn't
It
mean
was
to keep you.
wonderful to meet all of you. And if I may ask, what does so far travel looking for in the library?
What does anyone look in the library but knowledge?
Ah, I gotta read about you. You're no common orc. Well,
What gave it away? The gold?
perhaps. And he will dismiss himself. First to you, Snow. It was very nice to meet you. I don't get to see your kind often around here. They are very welcome when they do come by. I only see them roughly this time of year.
we're nomadic. And we move
Understandable.
around.
And then he will turn to Kelvin. Of light to you.
And light to you.
And he will dismiss himself away from the party.
I'll nod as he leaves and then turn and turn back to Snow. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's a shame he had to leave. I didn't get as much as I wanted, but more than I expected, honestly.
You heard him not
Oh,
ecstatic
yes.
about, yeah. Well,
I will say, as
Let's
you watch
go
him
check out
leave,
this
you can see
library then,
him.
huh?
You can see him begin to move towards what looks to be the center of the city.
time to check out a library.
Yeah, perhaps we can leverage a little bit later.
Potentially. Do you... That's the guy's son, isn't it?
Or one of them.
Yeah. Do you think they're all children, or...
Maybe, who knows? Is it
Alright.
is it one house? Is it, many families under one house? Who knows?
I guess we'll
Could be
never know.
people as old as
People keep
Tam in
having to leave before they answer questions.
there. Sorry.
Nobody as old as me.
I don't
Bet you
think
know.
The
anyone...
rest of you are standing about
old
20, 30 feet back as you see Snow and Kelvin carrying on quite a conversation with someone who seems to be of wealth.
Pyre's like, Jesus Christ, the conversation. I'm so bored, I might have you braid my hair, Catalia.
Really?
It's not
I
bad.
was
She
thinking
doesn't pull very hard either.
I was gonna ask Sterling if I could braid his hair.
Yeah, go braid his, actually.
I have a gentle scalp. You'll be careful, right?
He's
Of course I
careful.
will.
Then okay. But can we get in somewhere's cool first?
Well, yeah.
All of you notice now as you take a look at Isa, he is sweating. And he is
Did you do this before?
struggling.
I want another t-shirt that says, "My
Hi.
scalp is sensitive. You be gentle, please."
Pyre,
Most of you
like, I can't-
here are pretty warm, pretty hot, except for Pyre. You're fucking comfy.
Yeah.
But most of you,
guys.
you're hot, you're sweating a bit.
350-degree oven.
But it's not to the degree you see Isa has. He has visible, like, pouring sweat. You look down at the ground where he's standing, you can see just...
Pyre, like,
Drops.
takes her water skin and, like, takes part of, like, her robe, tears it. She gets water on it. She like starts rubbing his forehead. She's like, "I'm not Snow with water magic, but maybe that'll help."
I appreciate it.
Pyre always sounds
Or-
so defeated when trying to help out Isa.
I
How
appreciate.
did you survive last time you were here?
I wore lighter clothes and I was afforded some personal comforts.
Yeah, and say with Lady Vivian, you would be. She's like dumping more water and like just patting him. It's like,
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
That I would
Did you-
like to know the same.
Did you not see how rich she was?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have a house like that. And she's just like,
Being
Inquisitors
so
tend to
fucking
live a
old, you
life
sure
of
are fucking
humility.
poor.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't take an oath of poverty, but it's pretty fucking close. Killing monsters is no ways a well-paying job. You know, we kill monsters for everybody, not just rich people.
Why?
Pyre sighs like really heavy right there.
About this time, Snow and Kelvin come back to the party.
Pyre.
We going to the library?
Yeah, where's it at?
Right over there.
All right. Are you good, Isa? You need my water skin.
I am happy to walk by your side. And Isa will hold out his arm for Pyre.
What is why are you all wet?
Because it's hot. Why are you all dumb?
I don't know. I guess we're all a little different, and then I'll just stand right there and cast prestidigitation all over myself
Oh my god!
Oh,
and just
Wow.
walk on by. Muttering as
Classic.
well, you could have been colder, you could have been better, but you had to be a meanie.
A meanie.
yes, that is so Kelvin.
Of all the flavors you chose to be in, it's salty.
Salty.
Pyre.
No, we'll just start leading them towards the library. She's like done with this already.
After about a 10-15 minute walk,
Yeah.
you come upon a bit of span of the street that seems to be less houses and more purposeful. You're starting to see places like Lybeum of Law, or there is a tavern, but it looks less tavern and more discussion alehouse. Definitely more posh. And then you come upon a large building, 3-4 stories tall, well made. And all the buildings here, as you are beginning to get closer to the center spire and to that wall, are beginning to gradually, as they get closer to the middle, get taller. Built, you would probably guess, purposely that way. You come upon a large brick building, not shaded, not painted, very plain, very old. You can see where there's various bricks that have been replaced, or actually, let me think here. Who would get this check? Snow. And that's all I can think of. I gotta message Rick real quick, but Snow, go ahead and give me a Arcana check.
Okay.
And then Rick, I'm gonna shoot you a Discord message.
Okay.
Probably gonna burn die for this. Oh, actually no, 17's not bad. I'll live with that. I was gonna bump it up higher, but that's alright.
Gosh.
Normally my Arcana rolls suck.
And you just give me yes or no. 17. I will say. Okay, go ahead and make that roll 2 then.
I don't even think I need to. Let's see. You said Arcana?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll roll that with my -1 modifier. That's
You
a
have
3.
no clue. You
I know
just
it's
see
rock.
to where the building has been replaced with brick in certain areas. Snow, what you catch up on is you've heard of certain druids and certain members within your tribe who were of more faith-based magics and their ability to manipulate stone. You can see there looks to be certain sections particularly carved out and newer. Definitely not through unassisted methods. The rest of you notice this large 4-story building, and in the center of it, this grand staircase leading up to it, and in large text, in the largest of text being in common, and then in various smaller text underneath it about 4 other languages. And it states, of ink and brick. The other
I'm
languages.
curious, what are the other languages?
The other languages, for those of you that understand it, would be Sylvan, Abyssal, Celestial, Dwarvish.
Celestial.
Sylvan.
Mythical.
Sylvan.
Same thing in the other languages, or
Same thing.
okay.
Guess this is it. Spire walks in.
Just walk right in.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Pyre.
Okay. Everybody heads inside?
Yeah.
Okay. As you all head inside, what greets you is a oddly familiar, cool comfort. As soon as you pass the doorway, immediately it is cooler by a
Isa just
solid,
collapses on the floor.
good
going like,
amount
"Oh."
of degrees. Yes, there's a gentle, cool breeze throughout what seems to be at least the immediate vicinity around you.
Is he still attached to Pyre because she took his arm? So if he collapses, she's automatically just gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
It's like walking back into the airport when you've been in Texas for a while. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is what breathing feels like.
What all of you are greeted with is this familiar cooling comfort, an enchantment like that you have at Lady Vivian's manor. Inside is an extremely and completely open expanse. There are, from where you're at, you are actually no longer ground level. You are actually elevated by about a half a story, and the staircases descend downward. And looking over it, you can just see rows upon rows upon rows of books, scrolls, stone tablets. Some behind glass, some left for open. Tables placed abound. The walls lined from floor to ceiling. Off in the far 2 corners, and the corners closest to you, there are 4 spiral staircases that lead up and down.
I like lean in to Pyre. Where do we start?
Question,
Yes.
Brandon.
Yes.
With the library in Raitul,
Mm-hmm.
would and all I knew about it, would I know automatically more than likely it's about the same? Like the lower you go, the older the knowledge, something of that sort.
I got you.
Yes.
It is. Make an intelligence check.
Oh God.
18.
Damn.
Well done.
You've only spent a few days here in this city, but one thing you can definitely pick up on in the architecture and the way the city is built and kind of the hierarchy of the city is that things of power, wealth, and strength seem to be elevated.
Okay.
Especially with the design of this city as it is. The poorest and the hardest working living on the smallest buildings in the outskirts, then the buildings slowly being built taller and taller until you reach the center of the city where the tallest buildings stand, and then of course the single tallest structure in the entire city, the central spire. So Wall and Raitul, they were of the land. It was a grassland, forest land. They took heritage in their roots, and that was where their strength was. Here, you would imagine that the higher you are, the most valuable your knowledge is, or your position of power, or your position of authority.
All right.
And that is what an 18 yields you with a -1. That was 18 on the dice, 19 on the dice for you.
Yeah. So, Pyre points up valuable knowledge up there. Common
I will grab
knowledge
her by
down
the
there.
arm, and I will tug her, and we will go up. I will tug her to the stairs to go up.
Okay. As all of you come in, I would say everyone give me a perception check. Kelvin's overtook with awe. Snow is focused. Pyre's focused. Cathalia's focused. Ice is focused.
Yep.
Jeez.
And Tam is overtook with awe. I would say
I'm gonna use a point, and I'm gonna roll that again.
Okay.
I wanna see stuff.
Okay.
This is gonna be worse. Watch. It's gonna be
Oh
worse.
yeah, it's gonna be like a 5.
It's gonna be a nat 1. It's
Oh.
worse.
7. It is
It's
worse.
It's 2 points worse.
You find the gold trim on the ceiling and you're like, oh shit.
Yep. Snow, Pyre, Cathalia, and Isa. What all of you notice is that as you came in, there seems to be this about that big iron sphere with this carved eye in it begin to make its way towards your party. And then it just stops about 30 feet away, and the eye is just focused on your party. As you look around, you can see that anybody here has a similar orb floating near them.
Vented
look.
security cameras.
They got their eye on us.
I'm actually. Snow's gonna turn and look into it. Like, she doesn't know what it is. She's gonna, like, investigate it, be, like, all up in it. Hello?
Hello, do you require assistance?
Yes.
Because that's not creepy at all.
Please wait right here. Someone
Thank you.
of Brick and Ink will be with you shortly. Thank you for your patience in waiting.
What the fuck is that?
No hold music?
I've done my waiting.
Bullshit.
After about 2 or 3 minutes, you can see this shaved head elven female begin to make her way to the party, wearing a long, kind of a simple put together dress, nothing too crazy or revealing, but kind of like a bit right above shoulders. She just yes, how can I help you today? Welcome to the of Ink and Brick. My name is Sybil. How can I help you?
Can you spell that, please?
Sybbyl.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Snow is just gonna go and lay it on this person. So, as you can tell, we're not your usual.
This is a place of knowledge. We don't judge where you come from. We're thankful that one would be so far traveled to come here.
We're adventurers, and of course, we don't always get into the nicest of places. And we kind of got into a scuffle a few weeks ago. There was a name drop that somebody had mentioned, and my thought was it probably refers to either deity or a religion, or maybe like. I was wondering if you could point me in a direction where any of that information.
Well, it depends on any particular focus to this, any time period, or other great acts this divine creature or divine being has done. And the name, perhaps.
I'm afraid the name is all we have. They mentioned a pale mist. Maybe it's like, a nickname or a pseudonym.
Idle.
Nothing rings a bell. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Do you have perhaps a time period this could place this deity's presence?
I'm afraid all we got is the name right now.
Fire kind of comes up a little bit closer. It's like I have something I want to look up. I might know I don't know the time period and everything, but yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not it's drawing a blank to me, and without any kind of general time place to direct you in, there's a lot of knowledge here.
Would it be plausible if I was just allowed to maybe wander and, peruse the books? Maybe I find something?
Oh, no one is stopping you from wandering. There is some restricted access on the higher levels. I must escort with you. You'll know them if the door is locked.
Wonderful. Snow's just gone.
Okay.
He's gonna start wandering around.
And as you wander off, the orb goes with you.
Okay. Snow just kind of looks back at it and just keeps going.
Fire goes up to her and it's like, do you have anything about the Validium Great Separation, I think it's called? Or the name Dorsal?
With a natural 20, she kind of nods her head a bit. I'm fairly well studied in these areas. Mostly my range of knowledge is with the Great Separation and the creation of the veil, or the planar veil.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. You will head to the second floor. Near the middle area begins the focusing of the books on that time period.
Okay, second floor?
And you said, did you say Dorsal?
Yes.
Oh, of course, that's one of the prime deities that assisted in the construction of it. He was particularly overseeing the each plane. Excuse me, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, sweetie. What do you know of the tale?
Well, that's why I'm here, to find out about the tale. So as much information as you can give me.
Well, obviously you can read all of this, so I'll just give you the quick version. Each of the planes had their own strong, powerful deity come forth when everything was still upon the singular space of existence, when all the planes were just, how can I put this? Just imagine pure chaos in a singular space. They realized there was no growth to be had here for anybody. So those of the, what you would say, good persuasion, decided to band together, and each one from a different elemental plane of existence took a piece of themselves and used that to construct the planar veil. separating all the planes to their own respective places to where they could still exist and be separate of the material realm.
So there's pieces of this deity here.
That is the lore, the legend. They are within the veil itself.
Thank you so much for your.
And as she's
filling me in a
telling
little
this
bit.
tale, she begins to eye you a little closer.
DM question.
Yes.
Is it VALE or VEIL?
I will get that to you later.
Okay.
Don't have it directly in front of me right now. Oh, veil?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
like
just
which
veil.
version of veil?
Like when you strewn a veil across.
Okay. Thank you.
You notice she begins to kind of eye you a little closer. Pardon my asking, are you a Genasi?
Yes.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, I don't. She pulls it down. I just know some people.
There you go. We are
Thank
not
you.
ignorant here of those such things. We understand your control of the flame and your body's expression is just that. It's not going to catch anything on fire, we know.
Thank you
That
so
old
much.
dwarf did you dirty.
Yeah, we did. We couldn't remember a lot of things. So Fire goes to the second floor, starts going that way.
Thalia will turn around and she'll it's gonna be great. She's gonna put her hand on Tam's cheek and say, "You stay with the kids. I'm gonna go hang out with Pyre," and then walk off.
Oh my god.
She walks away. I'm gonna whisper message, "Yes, dear."
As all of you begin to head to your respective areas of the library, that is where we will kick it off, unless anybody has any last minute business they want to do.
I actually have one thing. So basically the
Go
party
ahead.
has split up, correct?
Yes. Again.
Snow has
Okay.
gone to research on her own. Pyre and Cathalia have begun to head towards the nearest spiral staircase.
And the boys are in the fucking entryway.
The boys are in the entryway. And you actually
Kelvin,
hear...
As we kind of shuffle out of the way.
Thank you. And you see as this kind of individual begins to push past the three of you.
I will do my earring and tell Tam he should probably look into Hagorns while he's here.
I am going to turn to the lady, or the person who's helping us, and I'm gonna use prestidigitation to create a trinket in my hand that looks like the necklace that I saw on that flag that would knock me unconscious.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold it out. I need all the information I can find about this. It's about 35 years old at least. All I know is that it was from a tribe that was destroyed, and I need to know what I can.
And you see she has this rather confused look on her face as she looks at this trinket, looks at you, and looks at the symbol on the front of your clothing. Are you... Is this a joke?
No?
That, belonged at one time and to a tribe of devout orcs to Palor. I believe last I caught any wind of this was about 35 years ago. Heard there was a awful deed. They were just vanished. No one knows if they just kept moving. They were nomadic. Maybe they just haven't been around, but they were interesting to read about in the Passing Merchants news.
Do you have any of that I could read?
There's a bit of a rotating stock for these kind of the more recent things that aren't super well established. Just over, you see, she kind of turns and points over to probably an area about 30, 40 feet away. Again, you're on like a raised platform as it descends into the library. Oh, over there's a bit of an area to where really anybody can drop off their own journals, lore books. I happened to be browsing through a Bard's Tale one day, I believe, of his adventures. Difficult to read book.
I got someone who might help me able to get through it. One of the smartest people I've ever met.
Well, okay then. Anything else?
I'll turn to Tam and be like, "Hey, I got a story for you," and I'll start walking with him towards or I'll try to get him to come with me.
Knowledge is a very dangerous road. Once you learn something, you can't unlearn it.
Something shouldn't be hidden.
Then let us go.
Isa?
As we start to walk in, I see, come on, don't just stand there.
At the Bard's Tale, you'll probably be interested. Maybe you can figure out what iambic pentameter he's using.
You're right. I wouldn't mind seeing that journal, but if you could point me in the direction of where you sent my feline companion, I have some research that I gotta do on my own.
Snow just wandered off, so you have to find her.
Yeah.
I figured that I may know where you are. Damn it, I don't know. But
Use one eye to locate another eye, like LoJack.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Find my eye hole.
I'll go try and track down Snow.
Okay. We will pick up next week with that roll, and I'll give all of you a week to figure out what kind of information you would like to have gathered from your next investigation check.
If we have conversations, do you want us to do that on stream?
I would like you to, but if you just want to send me the summary, that's totally fine. As long as I have some record of it from my own notes, you don't have to. If there's something you want to have in private, you're more than welcome to have that in private.
Probably go with it being on stream.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Well, outside of that, we're going to close out tonight's episode. I had fun.
All the shade is thrown.
All. Holy shnikes.
Kids are killing me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay, Boomer. You're killing us too.
Calm down. Calm down. All right, y'all.
You wonderful cast of people.
Thank you all so much for being here for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that loves D&D to come check us out. We would love to see this channel grow and hit 200 because I want to give stuff away. So get us there and it will happen. Until then, just remember we will see you every Wednesday right here. Quick recap of our usual schedule. For Wednesdays, we're here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Friday nights, you can catch Mr. Bishop in my spot, being the DM for his Temptation of Reldon campaign. It kicks off at 6:30 to 6:45 Central Standard Time. On Tuesdays, you can catch 2 streams now. Is that correct? Did you want to keep it on Tuesdays? No, Sunday nights. My bad. I'm just so used to Hive Mind being on Tuesday nights. I thought you were going to do it late Tuesday, and that's where my mind directly went to.
Oh yeah, no.
I know it was brought up.
Yeah. So Sunday morning and Sunday night.
So Sunday this Sunday will be a special one. So this Sunday there will definitely be a late night Sunday chill stream. There most likely will be a Sunday morning one as well. There's no guarantee on that.
So on Sunday, be on the lookout for that notification for Mr. Knight Bishop to bring us some fun and laughs with some of our fellow friends around here. I always love to tune into that and just watch and see the shenanigans that unfolds with that group. For me, it's a lot of fun because it's a chill. I don't have to do anything. I just watch. So Sunday night, again, we look forward to having fun with that late night stream. Emphasis on late night.
The after dark.
And then Tuesdays.
Tam will be asleep.
Yeah, Tam will be out already. I believe Tuesdays.
Sam
we are
has
currently
dinner
doing.
at 4 to beat the rush.
Yeah, essentially. Gotta get the country kitchen. And then our final show for the week, we have Tuesday nights starting at 6:30 Central Standard Time. We have our University D&D. We are currently taking our time going through all the classes available to you in the Player's Handbook. Again, you will see all those videos released in groups to where you don't have to just watch just one and wonder where the next lesson's coming from or try to keep up. I want to make sure when I release them to YouTube, they release to where if you watch for classes, you're going to get all 3 or 4 episodes ready to go. So if you don't want to pick up on the bard or barbarian or cleric, you want to pick up on where the fighter is, bam, that episode is already on YouTube, ready to go. So once we complete that, that'll probably be my cutoff period, and I will just shove them all on the YouTube. You'll see it go live on our YouTube, so head over there. Come check out our Discord. We'd love to have you. Check out our socials. My media team is all over it with great questions, talking points, fun things. They do a lot. To my table, thank you for being here. To my community, thank you for the support. You will be always at the forefront of my mind. I literally still freak out every time I look at these numbers and just think about the community and make sure that hopefully I'm doing you all proud and doing good. But until next stream, we love you guys and we'll catch you then. You all have a great night.